Hey Lisa, how you doing, honey? Should I say that? That was a little bit familiar, wasn't it? you know, uh, I'm just like that. They say that I talk to everybody like I know them, like they're my friend. I know you though. I've been knowing you for a while. At least I should. Anyway, I wanted to say I like your last vlog. It was very nice. It's really funny. You got rid of your glasses, and I just got some glasses. I've had glasses, shades. These are I buy at least one pair of cheap shades a year. So here's my one. They're not expensive, but it should be nice, to have. Plus, I'm going to a P-Funk concert that's going to be free in downtown Buffalo on July 16th. The last time I went to a really great concert down there, it was actually Burning Spear, whom I used to see all over when I lived up in Kingston, New York, and in New York City. And I actually saw Winston Rodney. I might have it back where Rodney was. Winston Rodney, I think. The Burning Spear. I call him African teacher. It's very reggae. Very. It's not. I know it's reggae, but it's a little bit more than that to me. So he has a lot of great stuff, and he had a free concert, pure music. It was just amazing, and so I'm looking forward to seeing the funk downtown. And I went into Starbucks today, and they had my favorite. They had I might as well keep these on, right? They had my a brand of Starbucks that I have been trying to get for I've been asking for ever since I had one cup. It's so expensive though, and it's too expensive for them to keep it, so they made it seasonal. So now it's like Arabian flavor. I forgot what it is, but it's so expensive, right? But it's not like really expensive like the Luma beans ones but it's like almost it's like $16 for a bag. And so it is really it's worth a treat, even though you can't have it all the time. It's worth it. But how did I get way off on that? Well, I was talking about the concert and going around, but I wanted to vlog on what you were talking about. Do strong people need encouragement? And I know that you know me to know that I'm a very strong-minded person. Like, I believe in something, and especially if it's right, or if it's the right thing, or if I know I'm doing the right thing, then hell or high water, the gates of hell can't prevail against it, And so that's how I feel about certain things. But, one thing I'm dealing with is, becoming tired. I have become tired. I've never admitted, and I wouldn't admit it, and that's what it's a good thing. And that's how you see people that get stressed out, and you'll see them in an institution or what have you, or on TV freaking out because they work so hard and stuff like that, or they're tired. I think if you just admit that you're tired, I think a lot of things, if you just admit it, it's just a sigh of relief. Like say, oh, I'm tired, oh, I'm wrong, or oh, this is really difficult, or oh, I need a break. I think that helps, but I'm really right now. I've had 2 times in my life where I've tried something, worked at something so hard. When I first got in New York, it was like a 7-year stint that I was just like, it was like a hustle before I had ever made I have ever made a certain amount of income. Let's say around $50,000 at the time, So it was like a straight hustle from when I got there and making minimum wage, So it was like 7 years, and so finally it was like, okay, I finally started making, and you feel like, oh, I can have a sigh of relief, but then it was another long hustle, and I was quite in New York for a very long time, but now, like since I've come back, it's like been like a 7-year hustle again, where I have just been on it, and now I've literally I realized that, hey, it was a lot, and it was, and let me tell you about this hustle. Certain people that, you know, what the technology is today is not the same as it was back then. And back then, it was impossible to have some of the stuff, or it was so complex, and now it's so much easier. So somebody just getting into the game, it's a lot easier on them. But when you started back then, you have this preconceived notion that is very difficult. And you knew how difficult it was. So even the concept of it being easy is just not even there. So my point is that when I look at this stuff, it's a preconceived notion that this is going to be difficult. When it makes it's like all in your head, so to speak. So it seems like more complicated. So you have to get used to even the fact that it's not as hard as it used to be. Somebody used to say, "Oh, why you got to make everything a big production?" And that's because in my mind, a lot of it is, But there's people that just jump on it and get on it. But I don't want to get off the track of what I'm trying to say. Is that I'm dealing with a point where I've hustled for something for so long, and one of the biggest problems of really of enjoying of actually relieving some of the stress and the tiredness is actually celebrating how far you've come. If you don't, and that's the bad thing about being around people who can't appreciate your individuality and can't say nice things about you and can't help you to enjoy, or can't be happy for you or feel good for you or celebrate with you, or I think it is important to cry with people when they're sad, just as it is to be happy with people when they're happy. So if you don't have anybody around you, or and especially with a problem with the hip hop industry is that they flaunt things. Oh, look what I got, look what I got, look what I'm driving. They separate and create this individuality and this competitiveness, this jealousy and this envy of like, look how much money I got, look what you don't, let me show you how much you're missing, that kind of thing, and showing how great their life is. But then behind the scenes, you'll see them in jail, going in jail, right? Or trying to get out of a jail rap, So, it's really important not to let envy and jealousy be a part. Only you can be you, So with that in mind, when you see somebody else getting blessed, you should be able to say, wow, somebody's in the blessing business. When's my turn? Oh, you gonna get blessed? I know I gotta be next in line. I can't be too far behind. You should have that kind of, and people should always do it. So when somebody get blessed, everybody should celebrate. Nah, look what I got. So when you do that, my point is, when you do that, when you celebrate your great, like say you strive for 7 years, and you don't say, oh, look what I got. Oh, look, I did it. Oh, you need to take time to celebrate your own stuff. And then that allows you, it's like after you have a battle and you win the battle, you're supposed to have a victory. That's what's horrible about this war we're in. It's like, we want to just keep going on and on and on, and we never get to say, okay, we did it. Yay. Let's celebrate. How are you going to be in a battle for 6 years and not ever celebrate a victory? That's why people were so happy when Obama got in office. It's like, God, finally this bull crap is finally over. So, sorry to be all over the place, but what I'm saying is that great men do get tired. And there's men in the Bible that have gotten tired, or, there was David, and there was Elijah. He literally got tired, so much so that the Lord sent an angel and sent him angel food cake. So my point is that you should have, when you've been struggling, when you're hustling, when you get your thing done, one way to get rid of some of the stress and some of the pain is to celebrate it. Have some angel food cake. That's my point. Anyway, who nice to see you, and nice to see you looking beautiful, and your eyes look beautiful, and it took me a while to figure out the difference. I just joking. Anyway, God bless. Talk to you soon. Congratulations, and keep doing great things on your film. Like I say, I'm kind of like in a low, one of those in between spots, so I'm trying to gear back up because the problem is don't look up at the mountain. Sometimes you gotta keep going, keep your head down, keep going. I guess. Anyway, didn't mean to keep this so long. I tend to do that a lot. Bye.